morning to our beloved students of underground coal mining methods, MN 2102, on this 12th March 2021. This is our lecture number 40. We are left with few items of our modules before, as discussed in that modules, whether it is a support design related, support design, and other is something like a stowing methods and its arrangements. So these are some issues. Although I used to say in the previous classes with so many case study examples, whether it is a KTK5 mine where stowing is the method of mining, and whether it's a supports designs, what investigations we have been doing for a long time, and recently also under progress, we used to discuss for whether it is a KTK5 mine or Orient mine MCL or GDK11 incline or recent fatal accident which took place recently. Acha, before starting the class, let me know whether my voice is audible or not, because sometimes there may be a problem of the voice. Is my voice audible? One person at least can unmute and tell me whether my voice is audible or not. One person can unmute and tell me whether my voice is audible. Are you guys? Let me take attendance first, because today officially is supposed to be the last working day, and I'm very happy that with the attentiveness and interest of our beloved students of underground coal mining methods, we try to discuss in this online teaching learning process many issues of MN 2102. Is my slide visible? Let me know, then only I can continue. Otherwise, you can also make a call to me if you are unable to hear the voice, because sometimes these type of problems may happen. You can also write. Are you able to hear my voice? Let me write.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear my voice? Are you able to see?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Are you able to see this slide?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear my voice? Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
And then you should respond to me immediately. Okay. So you are able to see the slide? Is it visible?
No, sir.
That may take some time for the slide to be visible. Is it visible now?
No, sir. Now it is visible, sir.
Very good. So welcome once again, my beloved students. I'm very happy with some of your best assignments made as a part of our learning teaching process online. And today is supposed to be the last working day, but don't worry, for learning, this is a lifetime learning right? Life skills development in NEP 2020. Anytime we can discuss on the subject, our MN 2102. If required, some additional classes also can be taken. But let me say, from the syllabus point of view about the support systems and some of the material I used to share with you, whether it is in your emails or WhatsApp or whatever it is, for the supports module, we are supposed to know how supports are designed and protective pillars and all these things, some examples I used to share with you, whether it is a recent mines applications like our KTK5 mine or Orient mine or GDK11 mine or VKP mine, where we are designing the supports, where some accidents also took place, where it is for development, debullering, and then so many things. And then protective pillars we designed for KTK5 mine for protection of the surface, all those things. Then of course, stowing and filling methods gathering, regarding this we could not discuss much. That's why I would like to just take some time on this syllabus with remaining issues, so that you should also have a lot of materials available. Of course, it was shared with you as far as our pedagogy or the syllabus or structure is concerned, along with the references and some of the materials already I submitted to you. You must have gone through, whether it is a support related or whatever the courses we created, or the national mission project, or the pedagogy what we did along with our IIT Kharagpur. Some of my junior scientists who are working now, we did it for that purpose of Ministry of HRD, now Ministry of Education. All that I shared with you. So regarding the stowing and filling methods, gathering and transportation arrangements, I will be explaining something now, and a lot of materials are already there. That KTK5 mine, whatever I used to show you, along with photographs or whatever were there on the stowing related only, and reference other things, you must have gone through so many things. That's why I'm not reiterating once again all that. And these materials submitted as a course on strata control, pedagogy, UCMM, this, etc., prepared as a part of our national mission project also is made available to you. And many case studies of investigation, whether it is designing supports or whatever I used to discuss with you, it must have given you some latest information. Other things, of course, as a part of your previous course and present discussion, we have been learning, in addition to the recent assignments what we have been creating through our students on learning, teaching learning process, learning based assignments also has given a lot of information on all this. And now I am not going into this sublevel caving and other process. Of course, this pedagogy related material already I have provided to you. So just for 5 minutes, I will just scan through that, whatever was already provided to you on this pedagogy material what we prepared for this underground coal mining methods. That is the integral caving method, and as a unit summary is to give, and that method of mining, and in that strata control related issues, supports, conveyor systems, all those materials were shared with you along with some of the recent informations and present strategies, and then working steep and thick seams. Few already as a part of our assignments are also covered, working the steep and thick seams, whether it is a Camorra method, the Dauphin coalfield of France, Velanger method, one of our dear student also explained, tried to explain. But that one, some additional information what I want to provide to you is that was there in the thick lignite bed. That lignite has a nature of very soft compared to your bituminous coal and all, right? That is also supposed to be noted. In that method, of course, a lot of things were discussed by some of our students, and whether it is a descending shield method, I used to explain, and the installation of the shield and shield features, merits, many things are available in that material, whatever I provided. And this Tipang mine in Assam, this is a place where we experimented. We means our senior scientists in CMRS when I was there, right, 1980s, by Dr. T.N. Singh Sahab, who was one of the eminent scientists in India, was also director CMRS. That time, a lot of materials were there, and further literature discussions were also done as a part of this, and some special methods also we tried to discuss But even I would like to say something more about this now before giving it to your CR on the total status. For 20 minutes more, I would like to say about this, but you note down some important points. This non-effective width of extraction, right? And whether it is, it can be with stowing, and that stowing, it can be with sand, fly ash, pond ash, sand, all those things. This is also part of our some of the modules, and this also we'll discuss a little bit. And of course this go pillar method, chessboard, these things also of course I tried to discuss a little bit before. And before going into that this non-effective method in a very simple sense, right, is now when this is a width of extraction, right, in a mine, what we do is now you may not be able to see the full screen. Let me stop sharing it, then you will see. Yes. So in non-effective width, whatever I am trying to show, this is very simple. If it is a surface of the deposit, I mean whatever, this is a coal seam, whatever you have. In that case, it is very simple to understand. When you are you able to see the board? Yes, no? Are you able to see the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So when this width of extraction is some x, right? Depth is some y. For example, is a 200 meter or whatever is a 20 meter, right? So after some time, what happens when the width of extraction increases, the roof layers which are getting disturbed to feel come to the equilibrium, that changes. So that's why there will be some width for that conditions where if it is x1 then x2, then that may reach up to the surface. That is called a critical width of extraction. Then when we are going beyond that, then that is x3 width, then that becomes up to the surface. There will be a subsidence, and this will be a positive angle of drop. Instead of like this a negative angle, this is a positive angle, right? So this is called a supercritical width of extraction. So below this x1, whatever we are calling, below the critical width of extraction, that is a non-effective width of extraction, then when you can design your method of working, or method of working may be long wall, maybe board and pillar, whatever it is, but that width is restricted to that, then there may not be any damage to the surface. That is in a simple essence of that non-effective width of extraction means. And then coming to our stowing related, whatever I am trying to explain to you there, here there are so many materials used, and of course as a part of your previous semester also you learned about what are the stowing materials used, and generally we use only sand, but that sand is a scarce element now, so we are going for pond ash or whatever, right, fly ash. And not only that, that is also not available in sufficient quantity, then we go for even crushing of the overburden materials. These overburden materials are also crushed, and this is very simple arrangements. So why sand or these materials are used? What is the property of the material that is supposed to be inert? It should not react with the material that is a coal. So this is what is a minimum common sense also says, and a lot of things are written in the books. We can discuss, if any doubts we can discuss further. But here, what is the arrangement made? If it is collected from the rivers, right? So here I would like to say with proud privilege that my father was working in this sand gathering plant in Singareni College company from my childhood, from my whatever is second class, third class, fourth class, fifth class. In fifth class itself, I visited underground coal mine where stowing is done, whatever it is. So this is the arrangement what is made from the river. It is collected either from the pond. This is something like a pontoons also they used to call. Otherwise a simple scraper. Suppose if this is a river flowing, I have a return drum on one side. This is a river flowing, so that is a source of our sand. Then this is our return pulley, and I have a scraper here. This is called as a scraper. I am pulling this. Now my person operator is here. Then he is pulling sand from that, and from here we are transporting through aerial ropeways and all. That was there. That used to be called as a Gaddala Madugu, right? that is in Old Kothagudem, that is in Bhadradri, Kothagudem district now, which is my native place also, just behind the headquarters of Singareni Collieries Company Limited, where I was working as assistant manager in these your underground mines, whatever I told you in 1980s. Now, so this is the way how we are collecting and transporting mainly by aerial ropeways. We used to do that, otherwise conveyor, otherwise nowadays private contractors, what they do is they will be transporting that through your lorries, trucks, whatever them, right? That is the way how it is transported. And then how this arrangement is made on the surface for backfilling or this thing. This is very simple to understand. I can tell you if this is a surface, let me show here itself, very simple to understand. Even no power is required for this arrangement of sand stowing or whatever, unless it is a paste filling. You note down, paste filling is the recent technology, so that we will be using less water, and when there is a less water, it takes less time for consolidation or solidification, and then less water to be pumped out, and there are so many advantages. That's why paste filling is the latest technology for backfilling. That's why I wanted to highlight that. In the surface, what we do is, on the surface, I have many examples of how we designed even that bunkers and all those things. Now this sand is collected and in the bunker, and then one of my person is there from the bunker, he is opening a small chute or opening, and then there is an arrangement of water, and this water, let me show you through blue color, right? So this is a water arrangement, and this is mixed with water, and from here through different pipes, whatever, through the borehole or through your inclines, now you are sending this mixed water plus sand, water plus sand. The proportions, everything, there are written in so many books, don't worry for that, you can have a look of it, right? So now it is flowing through this. For this, no power or nothing is required, very simple, right? It is by gravity, it is simply flowing through, and then it is reaching to different your working places. Suppose your coal seam is something like this. Now here this pipeline is going there, and then I have shown you so many photographs of even KTK firemen and other places. If any doubts, of course, we can discuss. We have n number of examples with us where we have conducted many ministry coal projects in stowing and then these arrangements, all those things. This is a very simple arrangement. Simple. There is a bunker where that sand is stored, and then a person is there here, the strainer where some whatever is the stone pieces are there, they are separated out and mixed with water, right? And then water and sand is simply flowing through the pipeline, and then there is a hydraulic gradient. This is important point you should note down. Hydraulic gradient. So this is supposed to be maintained. Hydraulic gradient is supposed to be maintained. Otherwise, there will be a jamming of pipelines if a sufficient pressure is not there. Although that is all with your natural or gravitational force, it is acting. This is a simplest arrangement of sand stowing or with any type of backfilling, right? But when it is a paste filling, that is a very important aspect of it here. Is a paste filling is a technology what people are using it, and that paste filling, right? What is required in the paste filling? So it requires lot of arrangements even to prepare that paste. So that paste is supposed to be prepared with sufficient formulation and mixing with some type of additives, and so that there should not be any coagulation, right? Any jamming of the pipeline. This is the way how generally it is done. That's what just I wanted to highlight before going into the next aspect of our part. Let me share it now. Yes. Non-effective width, that part it is just I would like to say. We can discuss many things later also. So nowadays we are preparing this sand from the OB dumps also, and in this Singareni Collieries Company Limited is a pioneer in preparing this, and they are doing that. In Southeastern Coalfields also they wanted to apply 4 or 5 years back. I was there with them. Right now, fly ash is a failure because there is a lot of damage to the when you are filling it back with fly ash, this is causing lot of pressure on the barricades, right? Barricades are required to hold that fly ash or sand, whatever it is, and that should be in such a way that should dewatering should be properly done. Otherwise, what will happen with that water? There will be a lot of pressure, right? So that means when it is a cold scene, it is a gallery, you are filling this part, then you will be, when it is a gallery like this you are filling, then you will be constructing one barricade, right? Then other part which is something like a room you created, and in that you kept the pipe, whatever pipe I have shown here, this pipe will be kept up to that, and then you will be doing that filling it back, and that barricade, whatever water is left out, that will be coming out and you will be pumping out. And if that is not properly decanted or that dewatering is not proper, then that causes a lot of pressure on the barricades. That is the reason why fly ash is a failure, which we conducted. Now you can note down a lot of names on this stowing, right? Even you can see the CIMFR, CIMFR, right? One of my beloved colleague scientist, C.N. Ghosh, right? He is working on that. And my former colleague scientist, D.N. Thakur, who was a pioneer in sand stowing in India in 1980s. He was a HOD at that time when myself and our C.N. Ghosh joined at a time there. So you can write these names, you will get a lot of information. And then CIMFR, CSIR, all those things, right? Because in Manuguru, in SRP 3 mine and GDK 1 mine, right? These are the places where we try to do it, even with pond ash. And KTK 5 mine, there is a failure with fly ash. That is the reason why I am telling you. Okay, then go pillar already we discussed, but chessboard, that is nothing but in a pillars. When it is something like this, when pillars are there, this is also to create some type of a non-effective width of extraction. When there are pillars like this, when there are pillars in this way, what we are doing, we can create non-effective width of extraction in such a way that I can extract only one row of pillars or 2 rows of pillars and leave the other rows as a barriers. Only non-effective width in that way. Otherwise, chessboard means now I can leave like this pillar, and then I extract this and leave this. So this is a way also where this much is a non-effective width, so that will not fall. There are so many ways people try, but it is not very popular. Let us not discuss much. And now coming to the most important aspect of designing supports, and already these materials I have given to you. Let me know how many people could go through some of the course materials as I sent to you people. Course materials on these support designs. Have you received it? Course materials. Because we conducted many courses, more than 20. Yes, right. So in that itself, I have a lot of material, but don't worry to read all that for the time being. Only related to support design is sufficient. In that itself, what we are supposed to understand is the board and pillar. In that, in the development gallery, how to design the supports. In the deep learning workings, how to design the supports. And in the long wall workings, how to design the supports. If that is understood for your present purpose of this pedagogy for this semester, that will be okay for you. And of course, you will be learning more in another courses like Stata Control Technology and all. And in fact, I have given you at that time the latest where we design the supports, and that's why that gives you a lot of understanding I am showing you. So you see, you can understand by seeing this, the roof when we have taken at different places. Basically, you note down somewhere, we are using for rock mass rating for designing the supports in the deep learning development panels, like the development panels already have given you at that time, whether it is to have 3 rows of bolts or with resin bolts or with bolts of cement, quick setting cement, all are decided based on the rock mass rating of the roof rock mass, and these are samples. It appears like this. And then of course I was showing you at that time, I have sent a lot of materials also at that time, but this is one simple example where some investigations for that are done. But the basics behind this is to understand this rock mass rating. What we do is we will make a borehole up to around 2 meters in the roof, because it is again why it should be 2, why not 2.1 or 1.8. These are all based on our previous experiences and also some scientific studies. And more so, it is an empirical formulation rather than any analytical or numerical model study. And we will be observing what is there in the roof rock mass at that place, and then we will be designing the should be. I think this is better to show first your material, whatever was there, then it becomes easy, I hope.
Sir, you're muted.
Hear my voice? Are you able to hear my voice now? Because it was like this. Now somebody can talk. Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. So now, like this, we conducted many, around 20 or more than that, courses to train our Indian mining engineers, right? And with almost everybody, this type of 10, 15 books are available with them. Of course, at that time, we don't have that craziness to write books or publish books or get the something like SCI and all those things. This is to create more awareness and help the industry in solving the problems. That's what was the main issue, and that's where these type of courses were conducted since 2008. One of the material I kept it to you, my beloved students. In this, you need not worry much for all these things. Many things here required is design of support system in development and depillering workings. So that is sufficient for you, because otherwise it may take more time. Yes, design of this support system. That only I will be showing you, so that it becomes easy for you to understand and learn something more. Now you see, basically rock mass classifications are so many, and in that way we have taken some important points you may note down. You have taken Biniareski rock mass classification, right? Where it was developed based on some South African and other countries' mines, and then they tried to give some empirical formulation on the support designs, whether it is for tunnels, coal mines, and metal mines, whatever, right? And then that we means one of my colleague scientists long back in CMRS, along with me, working Dr. N.M. Raju Saab and Dr. Venkateswarlu, right? Who was my colleague scientist and later also director NIRM. Out of their PhD topics, they were working on this. Try to apply this Biniareski, whatever you are seeing, this classification to our Indian mine, and that is some good friend from NGI Norwegian Geotechnical Institute, NGI Norway. He also did good work, and he named it as a rock mass quality, right? So rock mass rating, Biniareski, we modified and used for development workings in coal mines for board and pillar working, and Barton's, whatever is rock mass quality, we used for depillering working support designs. So those things I would like to say something, so that it is easy for you to understand from the material whatever I provided, so that it becomes easy for you even while preparation of the examinations. I think I can take 10 more minutes, and then we can discuss the latest status, other things. Now, are any doubts and all? If required, of course, we can have some more additional classes also based on whatever is the convenience and other things. Don't worry for that. I know you people are very busy. Now, this classification has uniaxial compressive. What are the parameters? Uniaxial compressive strength, then rock mass quality, rock quality designation, spacing between discontinuities, condition, groundwater, orientation of discontinuity, all these parameters he considered, right? And we tried to import that and then later modified this rock mass rating for our Indian mines, and that is one for our coal mines. And before that, let me tell you one more, rock mass quality, which we use for depillering, where this is by Barton, our Nick Barton, with whom we were there working on different platforms and some workshops also. I hope I have shown you some of the material what we prepared along with Dr. Nick Barton, and you can note down the names. That's why I told you. Norwegian Geotechnical Institute. That's what I was telling you. Now there is one Rajendra Bhasin who was working with Barton. He's a geologist, a good friend, right? So you can write these names, you will get a lot of things. And now basically this is the equation used for this rock mass quality. This rock mass quality is all this why it is required. This is just to understand, to classify that in the similar condition here, if I used in one mine A and mine B, in mine A, if rock mass quality is some X number, in mine B, if it is X, then whatever technology I used, whether support design or as far as support design, right? So this may work well. So this is the reason why people try to classify the rock. Then rock mass classifications were made based on different approaches. And in this is a rock mass rock quality designation, RQD by JN. JN is a joint set number, and then JR by JA, that is a joint roughness number and joint alteration number. And these are some of the issues which you people will be learning in detail. But before that, let me know, are you learning this already as a part of some other course, rock mechanics, geomechanics, something like that? Let me know so that I give less time for this and then explain more about our present problem and designs. Yes, no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Very nice. So I need not explain much about this. So you know about this rock mass quality and why this is given, right? So that we can discuss more on its applications, right? Otherwise, this becomes whether it is using rock mass quality systems, right? Later, this is our ISM CMRI. The name also came just like my beloved students. I told you, everyone is like Arjun for me, right? To develop new science, right? Only scientists can do nonsense things to develop new science that I used to tell in 1980s when I used to feel like a scientist of whatever, CMRS or Ministry Mines. But now I say everybody is a scientist, okay? Right. So this is a CMRI scientist, did PhD under ISM, Professor A.K. Gosar. That is the way how we have given the name. I wish that some of you people, whether it's Yogita madam or Karthik or Jasmine madam or somebody else, so if you are doing excellent work, then definitely that will become like one as a NITR, and you may be working somewhere in IBM NITR classification system or approach for designing artificial intelligence, whatever in, right, you can do that. You have that capability. Now, this is what is the system where layer thickness, this is not laying layer, it doesn't matter. And these are the 5 parameters that also I think you must have learned. Yes, no? You learned about it? You should respond to me so that I save the time instead of repeating same thing. Of course, these are the 5 parameters in the rock mass rating. It is supposed to be estimated, right? And maximum rating is given to layer thickness and structural structures 25, rock weatherability 20, strength of that is 15, groundwater seepage 10. It is very simple to understand here, my beloved students. Here, rock mass rating of whatever the 2 meter inside the roof, right? So if this may be very strong rock, but if it is having lot of joints, obviously its stability will be decreasing. This is the way now you can understand easily. And one more thing is other things I will explain later depending on the time and your interest, okay? Because there are so many blunders in the rock mass rating also that I am not telling now, but you should just learn what it is. And here you just note down, there was a Paul committee report in 1988 and also a circular where it has given all these details, how it should be done. And it was revised after 10 years That is 1998, it was not done. And this rock mass rating was also applied and tried through Ministry of Coal project by my colleague scientists, Angad Kushwaha and my team, Raghavendra and other people, even for depulering also, but it is not widely used. For depulering, we are using rock mass quality. For development, we are using rock mass rating. With that, now let us go ahead. So structural features, weatherability, rock strength, and rock strength generally we do with our impact strength index, whatever we determine in our laboratories. Those things also you will be learning. And ultimately for different layers, you will be estimating it, and then we'll be taking a combined rock mass rating. And these are that equations and all to classify when it is very poor roof, poor, fair, good, very poor, very good, whatever. And for a typical mine, I am showing you my beloved students here, where this is a depth of coverage around 140 and height of extraction 2.2, number of pillars 49, number of pillars left as a barrier, don't worry as far as design is concerned now. And with this width of the development gallery 3.6, height of development gallery 2.5, then here you are designing the support. So when you are designing the support for depulering, then rock mass quality is estimated, and then for that RQD, JN, JR, JA, JW, SRF, for the timing that will be given to you. But how to do that? A lot of material I provided to you. You can also read. Any doubts, of course, we can discuss anytime. That is there with 9938303259, whether it is WhatsApp or email sjayanthu@nitrkl.ac.in or @yahoo.com. Yes. So in that way, we will be deciding for the galleries and junctions, for the slices, what is the stress reduction factor based on the in situ stress estimated and compressive strength. These are the parameters, different parameters given, and then rating system given. In that rating, how it is done, it is provided here. Procedural flow chart is also given here, and in that system of support for the development galleries with there is a equation that also I will show you. With that roof span 3.6 meter, density 2.2, then expected rock load based on there is one equation of rock mass rating and then the support density, how much load is acting on that. So with that equation it has come 3.97, and in that now you have to decide what type of support to be used. And then rock mass rating for the roof, it can be classified into different, right? Like your, because this is the adjustments required. Here I would like to highlight this point, my beloved students of underground coal mining methods. And when you learn other future courses like strata control technology and all, definitely you will be learning more, and you will be capable to go into the mine and estimate what is the rock mass rating and design the support systems also in that courses. But for the time being, depending on the interest and whatever the time, we will be discussing this type of issues, all these materials. Any doubts we can discuss, but the logic you should know why adjustment is required. When it was done by our Venkatesh Varlu or Dr. N.M. Raju sir as a part of their PhD, already I told you how this rock mass rating was developed for our India, right, by our colleague scientists long back in 80s. That was, at that time they collected data from different mines, and in that mine, no mine was more than 250 meter depth. Then if you want to use that information as empirical equation to other conditions where it is 300 meter, 400 meter, definitely you should have some adjustment. That is the meaning. That is the meaning of using your different equations, whether it is empirical model. Empirical model should be used to only the data, that sample data, whatever you have collected, that parameters within that range only. Otherwise, you need some modifications. That's what is as a layman, just you should understand. That's why I told in a layman's terminology. For that purpose, for lateral stresses, induced stresses, a lot of materials are there in that way. And then for that mines, now in the splits, what should be the, based on the rock mass quality, which is a 24, 25, whatever, 84, at the go edges, what is the rock mass quality, very poor. That is very high stresses will be there at the go edges. Stress reduction factor will be very high. Then width of the workings at that place, then likely rock load based on that equations, whatever are there are given there, you can see later. Then likely rock load you have to estimate, and from there you will be giving the support system by whatever you have seen in the previous classes also. When it is a prop, it can give 10 tons, 20 tons, 15 tons, W strap will give this much, then roof bolt will give this much, resin bolt will give this much, then you have to design the support. That's what I wanted to highlight there. And then this is, as already I told you in 2007, one of our colleague scientists to Ministry Coal project they tried, but it is not.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Between. Very nice. Now you are able to hear the voice. Here, let
Yes,
me
sir.
take a small break.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Small
sir.
break here. Any doubts? Here, want to say anything? Here. Here. To say about the latest status of assignments. We need some more, at least one more class, whatever. Is it required for me to take attendance and then decide about the assignment, because based on that only you will be evaluated, and many people are under F grade and they might have improved, and then they might have uploaded even modified one also with CR. Let me take attendance once, because at least a very short time, but I wanted to just show for that is for the development, but that material also let me show my beloved students. Yes. In this, I have given you for the long wall, that is for the development and depillering. But I want you in that materials, already I have given for different support systems, designing supports in different systems, right? Whether it is for with the long wall, for the designing the support in long wall panels, we have given different type of approaches used. Yes, yeah, design of support system and strata control investigation. Only design of support, that much is sufficient for you, let me say, for few minutes, so that you should not be left with any material unattended as far as our pedagogy is concerned, my beloved students. And here, this design of support, there is something different when it is a Bowden pillar and long wall. So in Bowden pillar, what is happening? That's why I kept it here. In Bowden pillar design of the supports, what we are doing, then I have taken it out from the sharing mode. In Bowden pillar, there is on both sides, there are some pillars, right? It is taking load. That's why designing a support is based on our rock mass rating, whatever I've shown you in the material of pedagogy and whatever is there in our own courses. More than 20 times we conducted training more than 400-500 engineers in India. So that material is with you. And then compared to this Bowden pillar working, one is a Bowden pillar development where we are using rock mass rating. When it is extracted with depillering, that is a splitting, slicing, and at the junctions, what should be the support system, right? All those things in the slices, and this is a go edge, it is a diagonal line of extraction. Then you are moving like this as a diagonal line. Then there is a slice, there will be more load coming on the slice. And more than that, on the go edges, there will be still more load acting on the go edges. So there will be more stress, and that is the reason why rock mass rating we have not used in the modified rock mass rating by our Angad Kushwaha and other team, my colleague scientists. And Ministry Coal project in 2007, they tried to consider that stress situation. but that we are not using widely till now. And now coming to this long wall, compared to this, in long wall what is happening? In long wall, this situation will be, it is not like a pillar, this is a long wall where everything is a golf edge. Now you are able to see this. So this is your long wall panel. Suppose now you are moving like this with your whatever is a barrier in this way, and then this is your long wall. Your long wall face is moving like this. This is a long wall retreat face. Long wall retreating face. Now you are having these supports here. This is your shield supports, and of course these are your barrier pillars. There it appears like this, and then here you are having in advance some support system in the gate roads. So you are supposed to design what type of support required in the gate road as well as your chalk shield supports. As far as this is concerned, there are so many approaches, and all this is a GOF. That is the difference. This is all a GOF compared to your board and pillar workings. What you have seen here in board and pillar, when it's a development, you are having on both sides pillars in the development gallery where rock mass rating is used, and in the depillaring, rock mass quality we are using where stress reduction factor SRF is also there, and that is the reason why we use that rock mass quality for designing support in the slices, junctions and other places, golf edges. And in this, now both will not work. Now what we are doing is we are trying to estimate how much load is coming from the roof and each chalk shield how much it is supposed to carry. So those approaches I have given you in this material, my beloved students, and within few minutes I will show what material I have provided, and if any doubts, definitely we will be discussing more in your additional classes also. This is a design of support for long wall workings. There is a Barry's approach. Now you just see, it is very simple to understand. When this is a long wall panel, this is a surface. Now any chalk shield what is working here in these panels, now you are supposed to provide, because my person is here working, right, and my from the surface load is coming on this. So my chalk shield, now I should design what should be the capacity. For that, what people have done is total load is acting on this, because this all one side when you consider this all go. So total load is acting on this, and there comes the role of your overhang, whatever is the overhang length. That's why you can see starting from the Barry's approach, support spacing, then here you have seen the overhang length, how much if there is more overhang, then more load will come. Suppose this is your chalk shield, whatever chalk shield, and when there is more overhang, more load will be acting on the chalk shields. That's why this parameter was taken. And then on the chalk shield, how much load from the roof is acting, that is taken from the caving height. That is important issue. When you understand that much, that is sufficient, my beloved students. Then later you can read all these things, and definitely if any doubt we will discuss. That means ultimately when there is a load coming from the roof, this is your chalk, whatever is there, of 4.5 meter length, 1.5 meter, how much load is coming on this depends on the overhang length, and then caving height, that much load it should take, because this is other side is a go. So that is a difference in these three situations of development, depillaring, and then your long wall panel support designs. And these are the approaches to understand that. Then this is according to Barry's method. This is a support requirement with overhang height and caving height of 45 meter, 2000 tons, right? And in that way, this is not a just hypothetical case, my beloved students. This is one of the international arbitration, what was done when there was a fall, a failure at Kotadi mines. That's what you note down, please, where from Indian counterpart, myself and Dr. R.N. Gupta, right, who was a director at that time, 20 years back, right, almost, okay, in 1997 that failure took place, and our counterparts were Professor S.S. Penck and Dr. Freiras from CDF France side. So this is some of the work done I am showing you here, my beloved students. So there are different approaches. For that mine condition of Kotadi, I am showing here. For Saigod's approach, these are names, other things you can go through, we'll discuss. Siska's approach, right? And then here comes the estimation with different, everybody want to consider this bulking factor. To understand caving height, I should know how much it is bulking when it fails. When 1 meter it caves, it will become 1.1 meter. That is in cubic volume also. You can calculate that. That is the meaning of bulking. When that with different bulking factors, that caving height will be different. That's what is the meaning of this. With different bulking factor for K, 1.06 to 1.1. And later some approaches, like one of our beloved friend, Dr. S.K. Das, with whom I was there in Aachen University, Germany in 2001, who was also director NIT Jalandhar, the same our S.K. Das. He did very good work as a part of his PhD. Like that, you can also do some good work based on identification of the problems of our mining, my beloved students. You can also do that. And this is an approach what he has taken. And Joshian approach is one of the best approaches, where he tried to understand the correlation of convergence, what is happening. That's what is exactly what we want in our observational approaches, what are required for us. And that's what is this approach. And later this was used by our Professor R.N. Gupta Sahab, what I already told. He was our former colleague scientist and head of blasting department long back when we were there in 1980s in CMRS as a scientist, and later professor in ISM and also as a director in NIRM, and with whom I was working for around 10 years, and then in that international arbitration committee against France, against Professor S.S. Penn and Dr. Fairhurst, we were doing that. Now, this is the system what he proposed, and it used to work very well in our conditions. That's why we prefer this type of approach. In estimation of the support load, this you can see the support density 131 ton per meter square. This is a general mean support load density, and other things were also taken. So now I think this much is sufficient as far as the data given. In these 2-3 chapters you can see, my beloved students. I don't want to go beyond your time. Actually, if you have time, I can continue. Let me know whether I can continue here, or shall we stop at this, and let me go to once again your attendance once again downloaded, and let me have any doubts. Yes, now over to CR for latest. Any doubts? If you have any doubts, shall we continue take over by CR? Are you able to hear my voice? तो क्लास में है, थोड़ा देर में 1-5 मिनट में फिर मैं.
We have other class also.
You have another class, right? That's why you decide sometime tomorrow, anytime, just as a one class, that is sufficient. So that any doubts or anything, whatever, right? In any, also talk in your language, right? I can't talk in Odia, but I can say. Okay, then all the best. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and decide your own. Any remaining, right?
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. So you are not audible.
Not audible. Right? Okay, then all the best. I am closing it now. Jai underground coal mining methods. All the best. Take care of COVID-19. Nowadays, our Maharashtra, right? Again, lockdown started. So take care of it. That is very important. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. I am stopping now.